Oh my goodness.
Hello, partner.
Hello, Governor.
Let me go there.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
guys.
Woo!
Hi. Oh my gosh, been so long.
I'm missing you, baby. Oh my
Uh,
God. Oh,
hey,
I miss
brother.
you all.
Oh my gosh, yes, we missed you.
It's
Jeez.
nice to see all of you. You
Yes,
know, of
I'm
course, I
sorry.
updated everything except for the tracker.
Oh, yeah, that's
See
all
what
right.
happens? We've been going so long. I have like absolutely forgotten what to do.
It should be like riding a bike.
I have so much to say to that because I don't know if I could like really ride a bike. I'm hearing a little echo. I don't know if you hear it. It
Oh,
could be
I don't
me.
hear it. Do you guys hear
Um,
it?
but it's like when I'm scared to get on a bike. I'm scared to get on a bike. I am.
Well,
I
me
am.
too, considering I don't ride a bike.
So with so Sue, tell everyone how you've been during the break. And no, we are not back. We're not
No,
coming back
no,
until February. But we had to come, and I don't even know where to
yeah,
look. I have all this
echo.
stuff going on now. I'm like,
All
when
right.
you ever see a TV show where they don't know where to look at,
Yeah,
so
I'm just
I'm
kind
having
of,
that moment. So
yeah.
they hear the echo too.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
let,
Renair's part.
yeah, I hear it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to
Just unplug it. You're muted. Did you know you were muted?
Is
Okay.
that better? Nope, I'm still hearing it.
Oh
So I'm not
no.
sure what to do about that other than take it off. Give me a second. Can everyone hear me now? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, it sounds a little. So now I hear echo.
They don't want us to be great. They don't want us
Thanks,
to be great.
brother.
So what I'm going to do is Sue, I'm going to go get another earpiece because all seven of my earpieces seem to be nowhere around.
Oh my goodness.
And how about you talk to the people and tell them what you've been up to, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Hey y'all. So while Renair is gonna go and uh get themselves together. First, again, it is so great to see you guys. Um, and yeah, it's just been crazy. It's been a crazy year so far, but I have good news, good news, good news. So since we last were together, I moved. So I'm in a bigger space. So the background, you'll see the background is different. So I have a separate office now as opposed to everything being in one space. And I was accepted to Chicago Theological Seminary to finish my MDiv. And many of you on here um, know me, know I started my MDiv journey at New York Theological Seminary and made the decision to transfer to Chicago Theological Seminary. And so I was accepted. Yay! So I was so excited to be getting to begin the end. I got to get this done and go higher from there. And if all goes well, then I really want to do the dual MDiv MSW. So we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. So you guys come back to me. How are you guys? If you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at the comments. Hey Katrina. Hey brother. Hey Wadan. Thank you so much. Who's here? Who's here? Hey Chocolate PJ. Okay. Well, I didn't do that. I think Renair did that. It just popped up. Ah.
Do I sound better?
Say it again.
Do I sound better?
Oh well, if you say it like that, yeah.
I don't know why I'm not hearing you in my ears. I'm telling you.
Now wants to be great. It's all right. No, 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 brother. I am not living in Chicago. It will be online. It will be online. So I'm in Jersey. I'm in Jersey. Yeah, I'm not moving to Chicago. I heard it's very windy. Even even though Dr. Pamela likes you, was just like, now you got to move to Chicago. I don't think I'm moving to Chicago. So yeah, so I'll be leaning on y'all um, to help hold me accountable, uh, and to be leaning on my village to help me get across this finish line. Come on, y'all, talk back to me. How are you? How are you? What's been going on with you guys? Yes, I know. You listen. We have a whole lot to talk about stuff that happened this week, which is why we are here. We decided to come on with the craziness that has happened and talk about building monsters. But aside from that, while we wait for Renair to come back so that we can kick off this conversation, um,
I am not having a good time
so I hear you, but what's
because
what's wrong
I
now?
can't hear you now.
Okay,
I don't even know
we
what to do.
we gonna work it out. We gonna work it
Well,
out.
I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Somebody don't want me to be great. I need help, guys. I am going to do my best to fix this technical issue, but that's because we get ready to talk about that man. And every time we get ready to talk about that man, we have issues over here. So
Mhm.
they're not going
Mhm.
to stop. They're not going to stop me. That's all
Ain't
I know.
nobody gonna stop it. Ain't nobody gonna stop it. It is. Thank you, Wadon. Doing that MSW business is the way to go. Listen, I am praying that from your lips, from all of our lips to God's ears, to the divine's ears, uh, that will be possible. So while we are waiting, yes, the devil is a liar. While we are waiting, I took some screenshots of something that Ben and Jerry said. Did you see that, Ben and Jerry? I don't know if you can hear me. Um, let's see. So I took some screenshots that I want to kind of
So,
read.
Sue, you can hear me. If I leave, is there a way? Is it going to stop the broadcast if I log out? Because
If
I
you,
can't hear anything.
yeah. All right. So now I'm going. What I'm doing now, y'all, I'm typing in the private chat.
Okay, I just want to make sure if I leave and come back, because that's probably what I'm gonna have to do, that I won't shut down the broadcast.
And if it's
Awesome.
shut down, then we'll be back. Y'all just hang out. We'll be back. Okay. I think we're still going. Yep, we're still live. All right. Yeah. So we could all hear Renair, but Renair cannot hear me. So that is what the problem is. We can all hear Renair really well, but she's unable to hear what I'm saying, and so she's trying to fix that situation. All right. So uh, while we're waiting for her to come back, I did Ben and Jerry's. I mean, there have been so many profound statements about what happened uh, the other day, and but I love Ben and Jerry's because they are always at the forefront of social justice issues. And so I wanted to share with you guys what they said. So these are screenshots that I took. So they said yesterday was not a protest; it was a riot to uphold white supremacy. Let me see. There it is. It was allowed to happen. The mostly white insurrectionists roamed freely and without consequence through the heart of our democracy. The only explanation is that this was allowed to happen because they were white, not black, brown, or indigenous people. The white mob that made its way into the, come on. Ugh, now my phone is acting up. I'm
It's
sorry.
technology. I'm telling you, it's because we have
Listen,
work
listen.
to
We're gonna talk
do.
about this today. The listen, we're gonna talk about it today because now my phone is trying to act up. I'm going to find the Ben and Jerry's post because I
You
think it's
have to
important.
know that we were ready for today. Like,
Yes,
although we planned this yesterday, we were ready for today. But there have been, on some cases, some technological issues. I don't know if they're trying to um,
or
man or monitor a lot
call
of
it
the
a little
chatter
bit.
that's going on right now.
Hmm.
Um, but I definitely have been hearing about some technological challenges a little bit. At the same time, I just need, and I posted something about this earlier, I just need people to pay attention to what is happening because something is happening.
Right.
And so I just want to say hello to everybody. I hope you can hear me now.
Hmm.
I'm really sorry about coming in and coming out. But like I said, everyone could hear me, but I couldn't hear anything Sue was saying. So I'm good at reading lips, but not that good.
So you can hear me fine now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
absolutely
So
can.
all right. So let me finish because it fixed itself. So it said they said the white mob that made its way to the dais of the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate, literally sitting in the chair the vice president had been in minutes before, is the ultimate embodiment of white privilege. We saw two Americas yesterday. In one America, we saw record voter turnout driven by black voters that resulted in the election of the first black and Jewish senators from the state of Georgia, our democracy at its best. In the second America, we saw a mostly white mob encouraged by the president, if anybody missed that, violently invade the seat of our democracy in an attempt to overturn a free and fair election. It was a failed coup, our democracy in peril. Both of these Americas are us. Black and brown people have long understood this. They've been exposed to the white tyranny that was on full display at yesterday's riot since the founding of our nation. It's the double standard that undergirds white supremacy in our nation. Both of these Americas are us. How we respond to the events of yesterday will determine which America we will be. I just got chill.
So So I am going to say some things today. I don't really talk about how I feel about a lot of stuff, especially politics and race and all
Mhm.
of that, because I try not to offend people. And we live in a cancel culture. So
Yeah.
if you say the wrong thing, it becomes this domino effect of people posting your stuff saying
Mhm.
that you are going against this or you're going against that and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
I was having a conversation with my brother Odu yesterday, and he said something very powerful, and I don't think he's on here today, but I want to comment. He said that we constantly say if it was us, but the truth of the matter, that would never be us. That would
Mhm.
never be us. We would
Right.
never have gotten that far. We would never have gotten that far. And we have this habit of saying, if that were me, if that were me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Most of the
Mhm.
stuff that you start saying, if that were me too, would never have been you. Your
Mhm.
your your
Mhm.
thought process doesn't fit that.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
way that you
Mhm.
show up in the world doesn't fit that.
Right.
So a lot, I had that thought initially. I was like, damn, if that was black and brown people, they would have shot us as we were coming in, and then the same thought hit me. We would never have gotten there.
But so here's the thing, right? I'm surprised we haven't gotten there. To the point, you understand what I'm saying?
But that's the key. That's the ha ha. Why
Like
this,
I
this is so big.
yeah, yeah,
This is so big, and
yeah.
that's why I wanted to talk from the place of you know building monsters.
Hmm.
And I was intentional about the language of building monsters. I didn't
Hmm.
say creating monsters
Right, right, right.
because, in order to create something, you are giving life to something that has not been.
Hmm. Hmm.
He always was. He always was.
Yeah,
We did
yeah,
not create that.
yeah.
We helped build
Build
that.
it. Hmm.
When I say we, I'm not talking about we,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm saying we, the democracy, or we the people.
Hmm.
But the
Hmm.
deeper part of this, and I said this earlier on a post that I put, a lot of the same people, this goes for spiritual leaders, this goes for family members, friends that are like having these big conversations of, oh my gosh, how could people just follow him so blindly? How could they not see? How could they not da da da? We have people in our own community that have loyalists.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have people in our own community that we have built a monster out of, that they could stand up and do whatever they want to do and nothing happens.
Nothing
Nothing.
happened.
And so then I just started thinking about the psychology of the monster. What is
Mm.
the psychology of the monster?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because here's my thought. In the room, you can agree or let me know what you think about this. But my thought is part of the problem, and I'm not talking about his patriots or his loyalists. Part of
Hmm.
the problem was that people started treating him like he was just mentally disturbed.
Mm, mm, mm,
They
mm.
started having conversation like, oh well, he's a little, and please hear me respectfully because I try not to use words like this, but he's just a little crazy. He don't have it all there.
Mm.
You cannot treat mental illness the
Mm.
same across the board. He
Yeah.
was not crazy. He is a socio psychopath.
Hmm.
Those are two different types of mind frames. So they
Wow.
kept treating him like the old man that just says the wrong thing at the
Right.
dinner table sometimes. When in reality, he was the man that was poisoning the food that y'all were getting ready to sit down and eat
Woo.
at that dinner table.
Wow.
And so today he says, I'm not going to the inauguration. And everybody shared it and they posted it. And I've been following the news media. So when I say everybody, this is what I'm talking about, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I always carry my behind over to Twitter when he says certain things and I start running through the comments.
Yeah.
He's not going, but they are.
Right.
They're going.
They're going.
Um there are calls to action
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that say we're going the 19th and the 20th and we're ready to fight. Calls to action. So of course he's not going. I don't even think they should. I think everything should be virtual. We should just all log into Zoom or something.
Right. Well, I listen. I 100% agree with that. I saw somebody made a comment to that effect. I saw on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. Um, it is really sad. Yes, feeding the beast.
feeding the beast.
It is really sad. And even though like I know like what you said that we deduced that we wouldn't get to that point, and I am still very surprised that we haven't, considering all that we have suffered, right? Considering considering all of the trauma that we have experienced. Um, I I still I still believe on the other side of that that it would look so different. It really looked so different. And so if if we if our people our skin folk had decided to, well they did when when they went to protest a peaceful one, and
And they were ready.
they were ready. I mean, and you could even get to the front step, right? There is a difference in how the other day played out and how we are treated. And we do have angst surrounding that. And that is why that cry, when it had been us, yes, blood would have been running in the streets. Like, there is no doubt that our blood would have been running in the streets. Like, there is just no doubt in my mind, right? That even in a peaceful protest, in a peaceful protest, if you could tear gas us, if you could, if you could do rubber bullets, right? If you could arrest en masse a peaceful protest,
Mhm.
I have no doubt that. So I'm concerned about what will happen inauguration day.
Oh, absolutely.
I,
They
I'm
said
I'm
they're building a big wall and all that. I hear
I'm
them.
concerned. I'm concerned, and I want folks to stay home. I want to stay home. Like if they gonna go out there, let them do it. Just I'm concerned for us. It is a concern.
Yeah. Um. Here's the thing.
Yes, he did call them demonstrators. Yeah.
Um. Oh, he did more than that.
Hmm.
Today, when
I
they
love
finally
you.
gave him, his Twitter back, he did a nice little. I've been on Twitter probably more than I've been on anything else right now. Um, he did a nice little thank you post to everybody. He did
He
a
told the
nice
people.
thank you post to everyone. Thank you to all the seven. He did a thank you post to everybody.
And I understand why people are upset that he's not condemning it. Like
Oh, he
this.
condemned
No,
them
he did.
yesterday, but he condemned them in a prepared, teleprompted speech.
We all know he ain't really condemn. To say he loves them, right?
Right.
They're special people.
But that's
Listen,
what they are.
t-
Because you know why? They are willing to die for
mm,
him. They are willing to die for him,
mm,
not democracy. They are willing to die for him. And here's the truth of the matter, up until everything exploded and them senators and representatives had to be on the floor in their good clothes, they were ready to go to the wall for him too. It was
mm,
only It was, see,
mm.
let me tell you something. Oh, Jesus, I felt my mother's spirit coming up in me. It was only
Mm,
when they realized that we are now in danger that
mhm,
some of them said, oh, no, I can't be a part of this.
mm,
Had they not turned on those leaders, on
mhm.
those rhinos, had they not turned on them, they would have stayed there objecting and doing everything in their
Yeah,
power.
yeah,
These people are ready to die for him. Those people in that Capitol building were not prepared for that.
yeah.
And that's the psychology of the monster. The
Mm,
monster knows. When you got people that are willing to die for you, you can do whatever it is that you want because you will never have to take the bullet because they're going to jump in front of everyone.
Wow. Mm-mm.
Real talk. And
Wow.
and and that's why I really wanted to have this conversation because I wanted people to understand this is not just about Washington D.C.
Right. Right.
The moment that you neglect to hold people accountable, the moment that you neglect to have those difficult conversations, the
Right. Right.
moment
Right.
that you neglect to say, sit your ass down somewhere,
Right. Right.
you are creating a different version of what
Hmm.
we are experiencing right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just on a different scale. and
Absolutely. I
then
water.
that's so prevalent in churches. It really is.
It's prevalent in churches, it's prevalent in families.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How many people have a relative that y'all should have been checked? And now they just do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want.
Whatever they
And
want.
and they got other family members on board with them, on the bandwagon with them. So if you're ever in a situation where all of a sudden people not talking to you, they're not checking for you no more, right?
Yep.
That's what happens. That's what happens. And so, um how do we fight the monster that's been built? Yes, family co-sign the BS. Yes, they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the thing is, the deeper question is what, when it comes to family, the question becomes, what will I lose
Mm,
if I push back?
mm,
When it comes to politics, the question is, what do I gain?
mm,
You see what
mm,
I'm saying? Uh,
mm.
right now, Ted Cruz is going through the ringer because people are attaching the death of the police officer to his participation in this whole uh I don't even know what to call what happened the other day. And he's now backpedaling. But of course he would backpedal. See, again we talk about the psychology of the monster.
Mhm.
The monster don't give a crap about you.
Right.
They will intentionally allow you to be strung up because see, once you sign, we always talk about in domestic violence, we talk about um the permission slip. Let me say,
What?
did y'all hear Waka Flocka mom is a supporter? Guess what?
There's so
Flocka.
many of us.
But see,
There's so many of our kinfolk that are supporters. I don't understand, but
I
I'm
don't
not trying
understand
to.
it, but the more that I've been looking at some things, I see why they think they should.
Mm, mm,
I see why they think they should. But y'all have to remember, Waka Flocka, Little Wayne,
hmm
all of those celebrities, they're more about protecting their money than their
Ice
people.
Cube and
Ice Cube,
was it 50
all
Cent?
that,
All of them. Kanye.
all of that. When you start talking about people's money, that's a different conversation. See,
Hmm.
I'm not I may not understand every Trump supporter, but I'm not here to fight with them about if that's what you choose to do, just know I'm not gonna mess with we
Right. Right.
I'm more when I saw the Trump loyalist, the black guy standing in the rotunda
Yes.
area,
Yes.
just
Yes.
watching everybody, you know what I
Hmm.
thought?
What?
Nigga, what you doing there?
Listen, listen. People don't share that picture. They don't circle him. Uh,
I was like, You all the way in. What you doing there? I can see you being from home, like yay Trump, but what you doing there?
No, they were out in the street. Yes, the fool.
And here was the
Because
funny thing, he wasn't doing nothing. He
he
was
was just
just
standing
standing
there.
there. You could have stood. He could have stood there from home.
Right. But the thing is, they allow. See, okay. So they will allow the people that they despise to be in with them, so that they can say, "See, we're not the only ones."
He was the only one.
See,
No, I'm playing.
some of y'all. See, some so that we can be like, what?
But let me tell you something.
Mm.
Let me tell you about this. I wish we were doing. I wish we were back because I'm gonna tell you why I wish we were back.
What?
So you remember the little boy who was accosted at the hotel about the cell phone?
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, Gail King did an interview with the woman. I watched part of this interview.
Mhm.
She's a 22, 23, something like that. 22, 23, maybe
Mhm.
24 at max, but she's no older than that. She's sitting up in this interview with this daddy hat on, and she absolutely does not believe
Mm.
that she did anything wrong.
Wow.
Gail is like, you tackled the little boy.
Yeah. Yeah. She can't even talk straight. No.
You tackled, thank you, Jay, 22.
Yeah.
She's like, you tackled a little boy. She's like, well, I'm just a girl. But that man, I thought, and everybody's like, you do, look, you do realize he was 14.
No, 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 not in the eyes of white people.
I,
Children are considered grown when it comes with grown men when it comes to us. They
and
cannot.
you got to see this video, I'm telling you,
Ugh.
because I watched her. At some point, her lawyer leaned, oh, she hadn't even been arrested yet. She got arrested after this interview.
Mm.
Her lawyer leans over and she's trying to tell her, yo, in so many ways, she gives her the look like, yo, you doing the most. She then tries to explain her rationale
Mm.
for what she did. And then when Gail called her out on it, she said, enough. I just, her lawyer was, you ever see someone that goes to work one day and all crap breaks out at the office and they look like I should have stayed in my bed?
Mhm.
That's what her lawyer looked like. But the thing that registered for me was they said about 6 months ago she was arrested with her mother for acting out at a hotel, but I'm still researching that. Someone helped build that monster.
Mhm.
Someone, when she first, or the mother,
Mhm.
was already a monster. See, this is what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And we can't say, and I know people want to say in this conversation that this
Mhm.
is all about white folks, because this conversation is not strictly a political conversation. This
It's
is
not.
not just all white folks. There are some people of color that have the very same mindset that there is nothing wrong with anything that I do, and I am entitled to
Yes.
do what
Yes.
I do at the expense of whomever.
Right. Those individuals, and so it really is. Even you could, let's talk about parenting. Even that, right? When children do not learn the consequences, or they're not allowed to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? That is the monster that's being built for
Yes.
whatever reason, right?
Well, as a
We
parent,
enable as right.
you create the monster.
No, we
As a
create them
parent,
right. Well, I mean, so if you think about it, even building the monster as just like a just as a concept, right? That this monster has been built. Typically, parents parents parent based on their par- the way they were parented.
okay,
Okay,
okay, I'll give you that.
so yes, enabling, yes, right. So some parents, if they were, if their, if the parenting style of of who raised them was very strict and abusive, right? Um, they might, when it comes to their own children, go in a total opposite direction. And so now, because you don't want to be a repeat of what was done of how you were raised, you raise your child differently, and oh, oh,
Yeah,
you know,
I
um,
want to be their friend.
right. So I want to be their friend so that they could talk to me, because my mother was never my friend, and I wasn't able to ever talk to my mom about things, and so I want my children to be able to talk to me about anything at all. Well, there's a way to do that without giving up your power as a parent.
Yes, yes,
And so sometimes this thing, it just replicates itself, right? And so with every generation, there's a new piece.
what I tell you.
So with every generation, there's a new finger or a new toe or a new a new joint or something that's added to this monster that's being built, until one day somebody decides that they're going to kill the monster.
Right, right. No, I agree with you.
But at the end of
I
the day, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just across the board, it is individuals who have not learned, who have not suffered true consequences for their actions.
well, I want to go back. Someone, a train. How about that? I'll go back to Chaplain PJ said, if Pence does not facilitate the 25th Amendment, guess who's going to be impeached for a second time next week? Just saw it on the news.
What does it?
What's the point to keep impeaching him if it does not get him out of the office?
Right, right. Yeah.
What's
And
the
then,
point?
yeah, what's the point?
And maybe Chaplain PJ, because I am like really actively looking into what the consequences of them impeaching him again does.
Does he go to
Because
jail? Do they take his assets? What happens?
because
Well,
right now he's actively looking to figure out how to pardon himself.
mm,
See this, when you have world leaders from other countries
mm.
looking at us, looking at us and
Hmm.
going,
Right, the child, they over there eating popcorn.
I'm eating popcorn and I live here.
Well, I don't think he would care that he can't run again.
Oh yes, he does.
Does he care?
Oh yes, he had every intention. Let me tell
Mm,
you something. And I am not a Pence fan at all. But you want to see a person shift their
okay,
whole stance when you put their life in danger.
right,
Mike,
yeah.
DJT was like the friend who goes out with you all the time and y'all like his wild and crazy stuff that he does. And you like, oh, that's just them. Oh, how,
Hmm.
and then they do the one thing and the next day the stripper's dead in the hotel room. Like that
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
that's where Trump is. He has gone too far for them. Pence's whole when they had to get on the floor and start running for their lives, Pence said, "Oh, oh, I'm a, yeah, we're not doing this."
Mm, mm,
I don't think he's going to honestly, and y'all can quote me on it if he does it. I don't honestly think he's going to invoke the 25th Amendment. I don't think he wants to be that person because see, here's what all of everybody's forgetting.
mhm,
When they didn't do that stimulus right, they went and vandalized Mitch McConnell's home and Nancy
mm.
Pelosi's home. These people have to go back home.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't live in the Capitol building. They don't live in the lawmakers building. They have to
Right,
go back
right,
to their house.
right.
These people have, when they rolled up in that building, they were looking for folks.
Ooh, Jesus. When the monster turns back on you.
They were looking for people. You know how many people have been almost assassinated at the hands of their own friends?
Wow. Wow.
That's why when you got to the end of the night, when they were doing the electoral college votes, when you
Mhm.
got to the end of the night, they didn't leave because it was 3:15 in the morning because they had planned to stay.
Mm.
They had planned to object to 10 states,
Yeah, yeah.
which would have been 2 hours at minimum per state. They were ready. They had their overnight bag. If you ever work in a hospital, you're supposed to have when you're essential staff, you're supposed to keep a bag in case you got to stay overnight. They had their
Right.
overnight bag. You know why they left? They was like, I'm not objecting to I
Folks
have
still
been,
objected, but
yeah, like
oh,
seven, what, 40, was it, what was it,
80, 80.
43, 7? It was a low number. It wasn't the number that it was supposed to be.
Was
Matter
it
of fact,
83?
when they got to the later states, the original senators that had intended to object weren't even there. They went home.
It was like, it was like, peace out.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I'm
Mm,
your Sue. I love you. We've been friends for and family for now 20 plus years.
yeah, yeah.
But guess what? I ain't gonna do. I am not going to fight a mob of people running through the door, coming to kill me for something you
You did right.
incited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now I'm gonna fight them if they coming after you and you didn't do anything and hey, what we doing? But if you sick them on me,
Mm.
you crazy. I'm be just like this. And when I
Wait,
leave,
like
I'm
that
coming
meme,
after you.
like that gift with what's the woman for How to Get Away with Murder?
Oh,
She pick up her bag.
yes, Viola Davis.
Yes, she picks up her bag and leaves.
He sicked them
Mm. Wow.
on those leaders. He sicked them on Mike Pence because Mike Pence didn't overturn.
Mm.
He gave them code words,
Mm.
then went in a tent and was dancing to Gloria, waiting, counting down.
Hmm.
I would It would have been like a bad Die Hard movie or something. I'd have walked into the White House through the West Wing and just walked up to him and knocked him out.
Well, listen, they did it at the right time when they were at their most vulnerable. Um, that's why yeah. Of course, it's an inside job.
Who was at their vulnerable?
This, huh?
Who was at their most
When they were in
vulnerable?
their little breakout stuff or whatever, and there were no guards. I'm
Let
telling
me
you,
get my viola.
the way,
Matter of fact, let me do it right now. Let me get my viola bag because a lot of them senators were not vulnerable. They
no,
came
I'm
in there
not
to do a job too.
right,
They came in there to try to flip things too. They just got burnt because it got flipped on them.
right. when
Get my bag.
when the guards or whoever it was, they weren't their guard or anything. They did it at the right time, so it was very strategic. It was that's what I'm saying. It was very strategic how it was done because they didn't go in there when everybody was in when they were all together, right?
Right.
And so it was very strategic.
Ugh.
I just
I just
felt,
I would like to have this kind of conversation with all of my psychiatrist friends, all of my social working friends, all of my sociologists and psychiatric friends. I would love for us to sit in the room and just
mm,
really have this dialogue because this isn't just narcissism.
mm,
We are, I told someone, I said, we are watching the entire direction of democracy
mhm, mhm.
shift. We are watching things, and I'm not saying they're all right because some stuff needs to be dismantled, real
Oh
talk.
yeah, okay, electoral.
But we're watching things that we never.
Mm,
I would be interested to have this conversation when we come back for season 3 with
yeah, yeah.
everything that will do that with everything that will unfold because
Hmm.
people like, oh, it's done. I'm like,
It ain't it ain't over. Oh, there's more to come.
it's more to come.
There's more
Hello.
to
It's more to come. It is more to come.
come.
And this has made me get more interested in politics. It has
Mm-hmm.
made me, and I already, you know, been looking at certain things, but I am absolutely fascinated
Mm-hmm.
with how the people that follow him, they do not see, and even his cronies, they do not see the parallelism of him with the Hitler, with the
Mm-hmm.
Stalin, with other um, dictators and anarchists.
Or maybe they do, and that's just what they want. Or that's the way they believe it should be.
Well, guess who's not out there? Guess who's not going to be out there? Guess who's not going to be out there unless they come to my door? Because I'm. Guess who's not going to
Yeah.
be out there? They wasn't out there when stuff was going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going out there. Mm-mm. I'm gonna be right at home watching Don Lemon on CNN. So
Oh,
before we go, how do we handle monsters in our lives?
ugh. You're gonna pack that when we come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we handle those problems? Especially if you're the one that built it. Right?
Listen, I can honestly say, in full transparency, I have been part of things,
Mm-hmm.
family
Mm-hmm.
dynamics,
Yep.
organizations, all of that, where I helped build a monster.
Yeah.
In some cases, people have helped build monsters in me at certain points in my
Mm-hmm.
life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that the bigger part of the conversation becomes
Oh, that's good.
once you realize,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
slowly starve it. I like that.
Slowly. So I love that.
And be
Ooh, that's,
okay with the tantrum that comes with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good. That's yeah. How to starve a monster.
Because there's a tantrum that if
Yes.
they would have started making decisions to put him in inside of of a locked box, so to speak. If
Hmm.
they would have started, because he's not, there were people behind him.
Well, and these people were there before he even came into office. So the monster was already there. It's like he didn't build the monster. it was the monster was already in existence. Maybe he was a generator. I don't know, but um, or maybe he gave you electricity or something like that. I don't know. Like Frankenstein. But
No, hmm.
maybe,
I'm real passionate about this. You can
no,
tell.
no, no. I know, but I'm just
I'm
saying.
real passionate about it. Um,
But this has laid bare everything that was already there. None of this is happening is anything new.
you're right.
So
Absolutely.
it just laid bare. This took for those who had blinders on, it took the blinders off, right? The shackles were loose from their eyes, right? And we saw things for what they are, not what they became.
Right.
And that started the minute he was elected. People just were in unbelief. But this is this is America.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it definitely. Right.
Yes.
Right. If I get that comment up there, yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. He was totally the flashlight to what's already playing in the dark.
Yep.
I guess what I'm talking about is um, when they put him in this place, they
Hmm.
put him in the place underestimating him. They put him in this place thinking, okay, so we know he's narcissist. We know he's who he is. He's this he needs to feel like he's won. What you're witnessing with him is this idea that he can't fathom that he lost.
Mm. Mm.
So something has to be wrong. And so now I'm gonna say something that's gonna, probably annoy people, and
Mm.
that's okay. I'm good with that.
Right.
Do I believe that there's been voter suppression along the way and other things that's going on? Absolutely. That's why Stacey Abrams got started doing what she was doing in the first place.
Right.
Do I believe that there's a possibility that when you start doing mail-in ballots and all this other stuff, that something can't go wrong? Absolutely. But I don't believe that you go and try to destroy the whole democracy because you didn't win. There's a process. There's the same process that everybody else followed that we talked about them every time they had a recount and
Right.
everything
Right.
else. It's a process. What you are witnessing is what happens when the child. This is a flipping of the. You ever played a game with a child who has issues losing
Hmm.
and they get mad and they flip the whole game over? You're witnessing a flipping of the game.
But yeah. And I agree with that. I agree with this tantrum, this flipping of the game. Uh, but I think there's two elements here. One, that flipping of the game, this tantrum. Oh, I can't lose. I'm a his narcissism and everything that he has said that he was going to do, he did. Right. That's on one end. On the other hand, because this thing that has the light has now been shown on this thing that has always existed. Now we have permission to do what perhaps we've always wanted to do, or we've been planning to do. This is something uh, that's always they've been prepping, getting guns and all of that. Come on, been organizing. So now there's a president that is allowing this thing that they've been wanting to do because they know they're not going to suffer any real consequences for it. This is good.
This is good.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
gotta come
forgive
back
me
with
for
it.
going on a tangent. I am so
No.
on fire about this whole thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to sound, what's that? The now, if I say it wrong, you gotta correct me because my brain is not the clarion sound.
Carmen
Like
sound.
yeah, like I really want people to get ready.
Hmm.
And this is not one of those, rapture conversations or something, but
They ready. They
right.
ready, and they
Make
stay
sure
ready.
you make sure you have a couple dollars in the house,
Listen.
not all your money in the bank.
Yep. You
Make
gotta
sure
go
that
back and
you
start putting stuff underneath the mattress. Start pinning stuff in your bosom, like grandma and them do. Come
right.
on.
Yeah, and I'm not a person that believes like that this is the end all and all that other stuff. I'm not a fatalist in that type of way.
Mm,
I want the people that have the gifts, I just want them to use them.
mhm, mhm.
There's some yes, there is some physical warfare that should be taking place, but there is definitely some spiritual
Spiritual.
warfare
Yeah.
that needs to be taking place. But we're not allowing ourselves to see. We're not allowing ourselves to have these real conversations. We
Mm,
want to pretty it up with, you know, just love, and we can overcome this with love. Love is good,
that's important.
but we need to get ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
Oh
we
yeah.
had an hour, and I promised you that we were going to stay within the hour because this was our special episode.
Yeah. 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 And we missed y'all.
I did miss everyone. I
And I
miss
miss being
you.
here with you. I miss you too.
I know, I know. Next time I'll talk less because I know I was on my soapbox
No, it's
today.
fine.
This
I
thing
mean,
has been,
this is what it's for, and I think definitely. I mean, we could even pick this back up because what remains to be seen for inauguration and everything that happens after that. We can definitely pick it back up when we come back, and we'll see. Maybe we can invite some of those psychiatrists and psychologists and all of
I
that
would
stuff.
love that. I would love to bring on our Wadan here and unpack
Yeah,
this
definitely.
further. I'm sure that we'll be having another conversation soon,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
post all of this or even in the
Yeah.
next couple of days. I'm
Yeah.
not a prophet, but trying to tell y'all, don't make that face at me.
Oh, okay.
Don't make that face at me. I hate when you make that face. When we coming back, we didn't even talk about that. We need to decide this week when we're
Yeah,
coming back.
I
I
did
guess
this
after you get your
recap.
schedule. Your schedule. Congratulations again to you, Sue. I'm
Thank
so proud of you and happy for
thank
you.
you. Thank
I
you.
am.
And
So
you still doing big things. So yes, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
hey, we doing it together. Someone told me I got next. I said no, you got now.
Mhm.
We doing it. So um before we
Yeah,
go,
go ahead, Wadon. Yes, get prepared.
yeah. Oh, you just heard your name? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the delay. Yeah, we talking about you. Get it together. Get ready. How they say,
Get
get ready,
ready.
get ready, get ready.
Chaplain PJ. Listen, Chaplain PJ got some good things to say. So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Chaplain
So
PJ, maybe we'll come back with the panel.
yeah, that'd be great. Oh yes, come on. That'd be great.
So y'all get ready because we gonna have some real conversation. Season 3, we gonna be looking to bring some voices. It will not just be just us.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be walking heavy with everybody that's ready to walk heavy. So
Gonna be cracking
absolutely,
the concrete.
that's right. Get your walking shoes on. So before we go, Sue, do you have anything that you want to say to the good people?
No, just thank you so much for joining us. For yeah, we know that the time is kind of tight right now because everybody going back to work and stuff like that. And so we were actually thinking about what time, if we moved walking heavy to another time, what time that would be. So you can go ahead and sound off about that in the comments. Um, and yeah, and we look forward to seeing you when we come back for season 3.
Yeah, I think we should put a question in the group. If you are not following the Walking Heavy show, go on Facebook, look for the Walking Heavy show. Tell us, because we are definitely looking to maybe come out of the 4:30 slot to make
Mm,
sure that we can be available to all of you. So if you got a special night that you think that it could work, long as we can work it out with Sue over here, because she be busy, we will be here for you. So we will talk to you soon. We love you.
we love
And in the
you.
meantime, keep walking.